Hello, I've been asked to create a tutorial on saving files to your network drive or your Google Drive. We've had some issues with our teacher computers due to the small hard drives that people are saving documents on their machines and filling up the hard drives. And we wanted to try and give some guidance as to how to avoid that. One of the nice things that we want to remember when we're saving files is that if we don't save them on our machine, if we save them on a network drive or on our Google Drive, if something were to happen to the machine, if it were to break or get damaged or lost, heaven forbid, all those files are still protected and available. So we want to make sure we're not saving them on the local machine. Just as an example, I've got an example page here, just created in Microsoft Word. And I want to make sure we understand where to save it. So if I were to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to look at where I want to save this document, I want to make sure that when I save it, I'm not saving it on this PC or my PC or in my documents. I want to make sure that I'm saving it on the drive that looks like this. It usually has your login name. In this particular instance, it's the T drive, and I think that's what most of us have it labeled as, is a T drive. But that's our network drive, and that saves it off the machine on the network. Now, the network drive is there for you to use and is secure. It's important to understand, though, that if I save it here, in most cases, this file will not be available to me off campus. I don't have access to my school network off campus. So I've got a couple options here. Now, one of the inconveniences about Google Drive is that I can't save directly to Google Drive. There are some instances where there's a Google Drive shortcut that you can put on your computer, but in doing so, it tends to duplicate all of the files that are on your Google Drive. It duplicates them on your computer, so you end up using the space anyway. So what we want to do probably in this instance, I want to save this file, so I'm going to save the file in my network folder. Go to my network folder right here. Again, it's got my login name, and I'm going to find my TOSA folder. We're going to create a folder. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it TOSA. And I'm going to save this in here. Saving files in a Word document. So now it's saved on the network, so I can go ahead and close it out here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a browser window, and I've logged on to my SWSD online account, and I'm going to open my Google Drive. Now there's a couple ways we can do this. If I'm going to upload it directly, I would, in the upper left-hand corner from Google Drive, I'm going to click New File Upload. It'll bring up a dialog box that I can go to my network folder and my TOSA folder that I created. And there's the file right there. I hit this and I click Open, and it saves it to my Google Drive. I can also go folder upload, provided I'm using Google Chrome. Folder upload doesn't work if you're using Internet Explorer or Firefox, but in Google Chrome I can say folder upload, and I can again go to my network folder, go to my TOSA folder, and I can upload the entire folder at one time. Now, another thing that we can do is, if we're just going to open a file window here, just a regular file window, I go find my network folder, find my TOSA folder, and I can grab this file and just drag it across. Again, provided I'm using Google Chrome browser, I can just drag it across and I can drop it off, and it'll upload it automatically that way. Once that's done, then I will have a copy on my network folder, and I'll have a copy on my Google Drive. It's important to realize that if you have a copy saved on your computer itself on a C drive, you want to make sure and delete that if it's saved in another secure place. You want to make sure it's saved before we delete anything, of course. That'll make sure that all your files are safe, they're secure, they're accessible off campus, and they're not taking up space on your hard drive. Hope that helps.